What's up? Welcome into the CHGO Bears Podcast, presented by PointsBet. Use code CHGO to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. What's up? Happy Tuesday. As happy as it could be. Hey, you know what, guys? The sun is shining. It's a new week. It's week 3. The Texans come to town.
Bears clone.
I'm tweeting out just the show right now because I'm late to it, but I have to put it out because I've literally listened to you and have been called over to your computer with Nick hovering over your shoulder for the last hour of you just moaning away at watching Justin Fields' performance against the Packers, which we all know was terrible. Can we figure out the plan for the rest of the season here? Look at that. Look at the look on Hoge's face right now. Just as straight, nauseated. We're back in Trubisky, Bob Avellini, whoever else you want to name, Mike Glennon, Moses Moreano. Let's just keep going.
A lot of times you go back and watch it and it's better than you thought, or it's what you thought. It's every time I watch it, it's worse. Like yesterday, we were going off the TV copy when we were talking. Today, I've looked at all the all 22.
It was quick too, Adam. There's not like there's many passing plays to go through, so you're able to go through these passing plays.
We just went through it in like 10 minutes. Every one of Justin Fields' dropbacks. There's guys open. Throw the ball.
So what I was saying too is that, look, you can do what you just did. Or what I was doing and what Nick's doing. I'm just sitting there rewatching the game. You can go, no, I don't always have to yell J.R. Mayberry, but it's the start of the show and I'm excited.
You guys just did some push-ups.
Yeah, and we did just lift up. But look, we all know what it's supposed to look like, and this ain't it. So I just think it's interesting where the Bears go from here. How do you get the most out of Fields and this offense with the fact that what you said yesterday, Adam Hoge, which was you did not spend huge to fix the offense, right? So you knew you were going to be at a talent skill deficiency. And yes, the Bears are going to try to highlight Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet. Fingers crossed that at least in the tight end spot, that he can somehow find his talent in the NFL and do something. But you don't have a whole lot. So now how do you make it a productive year?
Look, I'm not on the macro.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say Justin Fields has a lot of talent to work with, okay? On the micro, in this game, I don't want to hear that. We just watched every drop back. I saw one play where nobody was open. Okay, I saw one play where legitimately nobody was open. And it was like, okay, there's nothing he could do. All right. The offensive line, someone just asked in the comments, how the offensive line played. Offensive line played fine. In fact, 3 of the guys, we're about to do my grades in the next segment. I think 3 of the guys are in the top 2 tiers on the offensive line. Larry Borum's the only one who struggled. Sam Mustipher got tossed once, but otherwise he was fine. Larry Borum's the only one who struggled. He got tossed bad, though.
I'm laughing at the toss because not only did he get tossed, and then you pointed out, he got tossed, and then he took Lucas Patrick out, too. It's like a bowling ball.
That's why Kenny Clark's
Kenny Clark's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, he just took him with one arm and was like, go away. But that was actually an example of one play where Justin did a good job. And then Justin saw it happen right in front of him, and he ripped a pass the way he's supposed to with conviction to his tight end, Cole Kmet, who dropped the ball. Now, if that's one of the examples you want to say where he's not getting help, fine. But the rest of the game, I'm telling you, like whether it was the flea flicker.
Yeah.
Mooney's open. He said he couldn't. You were there. He said he couldn't see him.
Yeah,
that's what he said, right?
In the post-game presser, that's the first read, too. Equanimous confirmed that yesterday.
That Mooney was the first read.
First read, and the safety bites at him. Like, there's green grass in front of Darnell Mooney if Justin wants to throw that ball, but he said he didn't see him. And it was a 30-yard completion to Equanimous, but it's a touchdown to Darnell Mooney.
I want to know if you saw it in the moment. Did you see Mooney running free?
I don't know if I did, Carman. I don't want to take credit for that.
He was probably eating cheese curds at the time.
No, I haven't had cheese curds. No, they didn't have any in the press box. But he's open at him, and he didn't see him. So, we watched the All-22. It looks like he looks that way. I don't know.
When Mooney gets – so it's a flea flicker. So the wide receiver has to act like he's blocking first, right?
He does a good job of that.
And Mooney does a good job. Now, when he gets out of that, usually you're going to do like a little rip there. So he's kind of blocking, and then he's going to kind of rip down and then release to the outside, okay? Right when he does that, he does a little bit of a shoulder dip. I'm talking about Mooney now. And I wonder if in that moment from Justin, I'm not trying to make excuses, but from Justin's sight line, he disappeared
like behind
behind
the corner. Yeah.
the green jersey. By the way, a lot of conspiracy theories going out there. Jake Flanagan, our GM, he's worried Justin's colorblind.
That would be.
That ain't it.
He was kidding.
I know.
So, okay, fine. He still completes the throw on that one. He gets the EQ. The play that got talked about a lot yesterday was the one where EQ changes his route and does the mailbox, right? So if you've ever heard that term mailbox, it's when the receiver...
I'm Fields in that scenario. You
late.
You two just did the mailbox, then I'm
Late
I'm
on.
Fields late seeing it. Go ahead.
That's good.
Come on, Juan, you're gonna do this. But go ahead.
EQ's supposed to run a curl there. He beats this guy so bad, he's taught to then turn it into a go, hand up, mailbox. That's how he signals to Justin, yo, I changed my route. I'm open.
Mm-hmm.
And he's wide open. My problem actually with this play, more so than that, because EQ also said that's the first time in a practice OTA's training camp game that's actually been something they did, the scenario that played out. Okay, fine. I'm willing to, again, I'd love for the Bears to have Josh Allen and Josh Allen just be like, oh, here's my 17th touchdown of the night. But that's not the reality of the situation right now.
Stop comparing Justin Fields to Josh Allen. Bears fans, go.
Let's cut the field off that side of the field. Let's take that out of the equation. The other side of the field, though, his first read is a curl or a comeback on the other side.
Dante Pettis, yep.
In my opinion, he's open. Rip it. Rip it. Now, there's an underneath defender. And so if he's worried about that underneath defender being there, the problem is he's got a flat, too. That defender's in conflict. So if you think the underneath defender's going with Pettis, then throw the flat.
The
you know what I'm like? So regardless of the way you look at it, whether it's the comeback or not recognizing the defender in between, underneath, who's in conflict, or not seeing the mailbox on the other side, by the time he gets to Montgomery on a check down on 3rd and 10, by the way, which is another part of the problem here. You understand everything I've just said? That's how much time he had in the pocket, too, on the play. So I'm tired of hearing about the offensive line. Like, the O-line played great. He had all the time in the world. And so all this stuff's going on. It's just,
well, here
it's concerning. That's all I'm saying. It's concerning.
I'll say this real quick, guys.
Yeah.
Like, on that comeback, that curl route that Dante Pettis was running, he hit that in preseason against the Cleveland Browns.
This is good.
Anticipatory throw where he's coming out of his break, but the ball's already there from Fields. That's the same route that Dante Pettis, who he completed the ball to, is running. So we've seen him do it. Under the lights at Lambeau, he doesn't pull the trigger.
So what is that? Okay, and you just put it on the back end there, under the lights at Lambeau. What does that tell you? To me, there's just, it looks like he's thinking too much. This is not a guy playing free. This is a dude that is in his 3rd system in 3 years. This is a guy who I think is showing, hey, we don't want your feet to be the way you've always played. We want to switch that up because this is the offense that we're running. So we've got we're working on his mechanics. We're changing it. Just even the ball where he's scrambles out of the pocket, which he really didn't need to, and then he throws the pass when he's 2 yards ahead of the line of scrimmage. This dude's been playing football his whole life. That is to me, that is a very obvious. I am just not that comfortable.
Also, the guy he threw it to, EQ, was open already. He could have pulled up and thrown it before he ran across the line.
So he's not there. We are not seeing a guy relaxed in a system, trusting his ability, knowing that he's the dude. We're just not. We're not getting it right now. So I think we all want to believe, and I think logically, fairly believe that the talent is there, and the brains are there. So that's where I'm trying to get to. Like, how do they get him with at least, that's fine, the offensive line's doing their job, but with limited weapons, how do they get him to a point where he feels comfortable and the Bears can feel comfortable that they are moving forward and not into who the hell are we going to draft land on the back to the macro?
Well, I'll say this, you guys. I mean, obviously this is 2 regular season games into a new system. Like, it wasn't going to be polished in the beginning of the season anyway. We knew that. We just saw, like, some of those plays that he does have an opportunity, does have time. There are guys open. You do want to see those completions, but that's where I kind of want to take this. Like, it's 2 games into it. Not saying that, that's an excuse for Fields, but there were going to be growing pains. And there are going to be growing pains this whole season. But those plays where we've seen it before in preseason that he's made, he's not making it now. That's where, as a Bears fan, you need to see it from Fields in Week 3 now against Texans. But that's I just want to bring that up again. 2 games into it, there are going to be growing pains, and it's going to be throughout the entire season.
I hear you.
Oh, I know, Mark.
And you are right, Nick, and you're right, Adam, and all you in the chat. You're all right, too, with whatever the hell you're saying. But I am just tired of twisting. We have been twisting ourselves into pretzels to try to find the positive in the QB here. That is like an age-old, this is what we do. The system, the O-line, Cutler, it's so many, 17,000 offensive coordinators. How could he do it? Oh, finally, we've got Adam Gase, and he unlocked him. Look, man, if you need some guru to unlock you, that's
unlock yourself.
Yeah, unlock yourself. Come on.
First sack he takes, okay? I'm looking at it right now. I wish I could show it to you, but we're not allowed to. Okay, Larry Borum gives up pressure. Fields does a good job of stepping up into the pocket, which he's supposed to do. And he's got 2 outlets. Kmet's right in front of him on the hash, and then Montgomery's running out in the flat. Okay, get the ball to one of them. Also, the DB's running straight backwards with one of the wide receivers. If he gets the ball to Montgomery right there, he's got a lot of room to run that. And instead, he just holds onto the ball and gets sacked. Like, that's what can't happen. They're right there.
Right.
You did a good job of stepping up.
Bryson Jones, like the 5th-round draft pick, did a good enough job from Preston Smith, but him running to the right allows Smith to go get him.
Both tackles kind of gave pressure upfield, bore him a little bit more than Jones. Fields does what he's supposed to do. He steps up into the pocket, which he hasn't always done. Good job. No, get rid of the ball. And it's just like it's over and over again on this film. That's what's so frustrating. It's just rip the ball. Just
don't you think that comes back to, I'm comfortable. I'm seeing who's open. I'm relaxed. I'm the guy. I got the system down. I know this thing backwards and forwards. We got to get some success. We talked about it in Week 1 when he was scuffling through the first half, which, by the way, the first half numbers for the Bears, you talk about the overall numbers being atrocious. The first half numbers are atrocious. But when he had that little run and he got up, boom, points, first down, started to get a little juju. We need to get some juju. Juju for Fields, juju. The Texans, though, I don't. This is not.
Mark, it's their clone. It's literally the Bears' clone.
Right.
The Houston Texans. They were missing tackles on defense last week. They don't score enough points. They run the ball. It's and we'll get into it throughout the week with the Houston Texans, but that is gonna be an interesting game for sure. Just seeing how both these teams are playing right now.
Well, and to spin it, since we're I'm gonna do it again, Carm.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna twist myself in a pretzel to make this good. Make this good.
That's what we have
but
to
I
do.
think
I
I've been
get it.
proven right for the most part on this one. You've heard me say it 1,000 times, but Justin rarely has 2 bad games in a row. And what's that look?
Gosh, I know there was a monsoon, but we got back to back. We got back to back to start the season. I know we got.
No, there's a difference.
Okay.
The first week it wasn't good. This was bad. This was a legit bad game.
Okay.
This was a legit you didn't play well. And I understand that people watching this show and listening to this don't want to hear that. But when that happens, we are going to tell you that, unfortunately. When he's bad, it's the same thing we went through in the practices. But he rarely does that back-to-back weeks. And if I had to bet right now, I'd say Fields probably comes back and plays well this week. I do think that is one of the good qualities about him. He even does that in practice. If he has a bad practice, he usually comes back with a good one. This was bad, though.
I love the contrarian play. Like, hey, you, like, I haven't checked the numbers. PointsBet, love you. Can't wait to. I might have to go into. Finally, is he going to hit the over on passing yards?
I'm sorry, didn't we just yesterday say we're not betting the over?
I know. And then I was sitting there saying like that.
I mean, unless it's like 75.
Right. And that would make me in my betting world actually want to take the under because it's so damn low that that everyone's taking the over because then the public, there's a reason why there's 7,000 casinos in Vegas and everywhere, and we're seeing what we're seeing.
Streets paved with gold.
Right.
And your tears.
But like. And I to having a breakout too, just like listening to Eberflus yesterday, my man Flus. We know, we need more balance. We most definitely have to get our high skill players going. Darnell's got to go, Cole's got to go. So they're not running from the fact that it's got to look a whole lot different. Now, how quickly can they get it there?
But I'll tell you what, if Fields hits Mooney on the flea flicker, hits him on that deep pass. Which, by the way, this is another thing. So, okay, new system, whatever. They're running the ball well. You have a play action boot. Get him outside the pocket. This is exactly what everybody's asking Luke Getsy to do. He does it. Mooney beats his guy off the line. You have to make the throw. You at least have to give him a chance. You can't throw it 10 yards over his head.
It was so bad. I can only laugh.
And I'll give the DB credit. He made a good job. It was Stokes, right? We just looked at this. Eric Stokes. Yep. Eric Stokes gets beat, turned around, and then does a nice job of recovering. But if you throw that ball towards the inside,
he's wide open
to the left hash as he's looking at it.
And by the way, he was standing there by himself. He could have had lunch.
Yeah, Fields had time on that one. That's what's
because it's
people,
a boot.
Yeah, people looking for where's Darnell Mooney in the offense. There were opportunities. Now, it's on the quarterback to give him that opportunity to actually catch the ball.
I mean, Mooney might have 2 touchdowns and 150 yards.
Easily.
And
explosive plays, yep, they're there.
I also, how is this possible? You two have been, they
got Chipotle commercials together.
You guys live together.
Chipotle.
I mean, they don't, but they
Terrible.
basically do.
Terrible.
Garbage.
You went to Atlanta. You've been everywhere you could go across the United States of America. You two have been working out together and hanging, and I get pushed by him and he gets pushed by me. And how is this? How do you not have any chemistry to start the season?
They
That's
had
just
chemistry
that's
together
weird.
in Matt Nagy's offense. How? I don't know.
I don't know. What about this comment I have on screen now? Do you think this deserves a little attention here?
Did anyone think we were realistically going to beat the Packers at home year one of a rebuild? Fields has 2 years to prove himself. Hey, CPPR bus.
I'm going to go with Copper Busa. I don't know.
Copper bus.
Copper bus.
You're the man. No one thought that the Packers. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about.
I actually picked the Bears to win. So.
Well, that's because you were just being adorable. And just want. Really, you didn't. I mean, if somebody said, "Hey, Adam," at
least I kept saying over and over again, I didn't feel good about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Braggs was in here saying he's never felt more confident in his life about a pick.
Yeah, and when they went up 7-3, and he jumped off that couch over there and was high-fiving everybody, and I've never seen the dude have more energy during a Bear game. Seriously, Super Bowls included, than what Braggs had at 7-3. I thought he was onto something. And then, okay, you're not right, Copper Bus.
But I didn't expect Justin to play that poorly.
Right, that's what we're talking about.
And I think that's the crux of this conversation we're having right now in this first segment of this show. I don't care who he was playing. This is specifically the quarterback versus the defense, and guys were open. he had protection. I don't really want to hear someone else go on the radio this week or do some podcast or whatever, create a big stir because the Bears have no weapons. He had protection. He had guys open. Your job as the quarterback is to make the play.
And Getsy schemed them up. That's the thing. Like, obviously there are some things you can nitpick there, but with the limited weapons that you have, again, we go back to there are opportunities to make the most out of those plays. And the Bears did the exact opposite. And it goes back to, Justin Fields.
All right, we'll talk about more than the quarterback.
Well, I just want to say one more thing because you just brought up Getsy. One of the more disturbing quotes which made me pause, was Getsy talking about, dude, I played quarterback. Quarterbacks like to throw football. I want to throw football. And I'm like, this dude wants to throw the ball. And I think we've all, and he decided that the best way to win the football game was to not throw football.
But I look, I'm getting the benefit of now being able to see the coaches' film. Like, I'm starting to get a little bit off of. I was already defending the fact that they ran the ball so much. Mm-hmm. I know you were on this post game, like and I actually, big picture, agree with you. Like, if they're going to get Justin Fields to be good and to evaluate him, he's got to throw the ball more than 11 times. Like, I'm totally on board with that. But what we see 2 days later on the coaches' film, the coaches see in the moment. They know what's supposed to happen on every play. They know what the reads are. They know the progression. And they know that on the first sack.
Right, they're losing their mind up there.
Yeah, when they know on the first sack, when Fields has two guys open with a defender in conflict and he doesn't throw to either of them and he gets sacked from behind, what do you think the offensive coordinator's thinking in his head? He's thinking,
he's taking his headset off and he's talking to the one person that he can trust in the booth, that he's saying, what the MS is going on right now?
and he's going, we can run the ball, so let's keep running the ball. Right. And actually,
and he wants to.
He got off of running the ball in that second quarter.
He did. Yeah.
He was trying to give Justin Fields the benefit of the doubt, and it didn't happen. So, all right, let's get to some other things off the quarterback too. First, got to tell you, this football season, PointsBet. You may have heard of them. PointsBet. You guys got PointsBet? Yep. Bringing you a better way to bet live on games, which means before this ad is over, you can place a live same-game parlay. Bet on the next drive to be a touchdown. Cash out on your live second-half over bet. Maybe on a certain quarterback going over this week?
Let's go. Yes, maybe. I'm not quite there yet.
I don't know.
But I'm open to getting there.
With PointsBet, you have access to more live football markets than ever before. Build the perfect live same-game parlay by combining your favorite bets anytime during the game, including spreads, totals, player props, and more. Choose the outcome of the next drive and next points with PointsBet. Lightning bets, whether you're on the move or on the couch. Do it live on PointsBet. Download the PointsBet app today. Sign up with the code CHGO to get your first two bets risk-free up to $2,000. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis counseling and referral services.
I mean,
I tell everybody about Athletic
I definitely
Greens.
think of Bill O'Reilly every time you say that line.
What'd you say?
I think of Bill O'Reilly every time you say that. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. That's why I do that.
Every time.
There you go.
Yeah.
And for everybody who's also watching the CHGO Bears podcast, all of our podcasts here, you know about Athletic Greens. With one scoop of your AG1s, you are absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help start your day off right. This mixture of ingredients helps your immune system, gives you energy, and improves your focus. That's why I take my Athletic Greens, and you should too. What's awesome about your AG1s is that it costs less than a cup of coffee a day. Also, it helps support better sleep quality and recovery, which we all definitely need. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. Super simple. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/CHGO Bears. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/CHGO Bears to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutrition insurance.
And a reminder, and a hope, because I really am just we all are looking forward to meeting you on Sunday, our first ever CHGO Bears tailgate, 8 until noon, leading up to kickoff. Roosevelt and Michigan, 34 amazing value dollars to come on out for all you can eat and drink. I was looking online today. I saw some other tailgates, $100 to go to another tailgate. That would be $66 more than our tailgate, and plus the fact that we're giving hugs, and I wore free hugs, and I wore the Khalil Mack jersey on Sunday.
Are you giving people free punches for you wearing that and screwing up the Bear season? Are you allowing?
Well, what I thought we would do was just give it away to.
Mark's going to autograph it
and Adam,
and then give it to somebody.
You're going to give it back to where was it? TJ Maxx?
Just
Marshalls?
throw that out there to the chat. Would you want an autographed Khalil Mack by CHGO?
An autographed by you guys? Sure.
Yeah, I know it's pathetic. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
It doesn't
but
need to
so
be
is
autographed.
the actual jersey. It's. I've seen the knockoff jerseys. I've never even seen that knockoff jersey.
I guess I didn't even notice it.
What's wrong with this knockoff jersey?
Oh, here
this
we
is
go.
a great knockoff jersey. Great throw by Lawrence. Are you what? This is a sweet gig right here. Look at that thing. Remember when all Bears Nation went nuts that we got this guy? And
what's on the sleeves? What is those white? What is
the
happening?
white stripes, the C on the chest.
The only white stripes I like are Jack White and Meg.
Do you get the point?
Yeah, that's right.
Carmen, we're supposed to be
NFLPA.
trying to get people to come to this tailgate.
Do people not want to come because of this jersey? Is it that aggressive?
All right, in all seriousness.
Who want
Bragg says the stripes on the sleeves are terrible. And I'm with
Yeah,
him.
I agree. I hate them.
I think there's okay. Then I want a solution of what to do with this thing. That's it. Get rid of it.
We could put it in the fire.
Okay.
That's what you do with it.
Staley's just off.
I thought there could be something.
In all seriousness, Michigan and Roosevelt, a great location for many different. So if you're going to the game, you're debating. I don't know how I'm getting there. You could take the train. You're right there. You could drive. We have a package that includes parking.
There's limited
do that.
parking up to, and that's multiple options.
And for $34, you get all you can eat and drink. You walk right over to the stadium.
deal.
You get to get harassed by Carman in his jersey.
Play bags. We could play some bags. We got the sweet cornhole setup over there, so it's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun time.
All right. I mean, Derek, I see you need to pay Carr more so he can buy a real jersey. I mean, no complaints about my
People were
salary.
paying-
He's on a prove it deal. He's just like Byron Pringle.
Yeah. People were paying more for super chats to make fun of the jersey on Sunday than you paid for the jersey.
That kind of hurts, but yet I appreciate
Also
the
accurate.
support. Yes, right. There were $19.99 super chat on that, which definitely included the jersey. Okay.
All right, let's get to some other grades beyond just the quarterback. Believe it or not, there was plenty of good in
Give
this
the
game.
good, would you?
I got a lot of good. Let's start with the blue chip tier. David Montgomery played well.
Oh, he was
David
so
Montgomery played very well. He was the highest graded player on defense. Justin Jones, for all the trouble against the run, I thought it was more the linebackers and the DBs on the edges. I didn't necessarily, I'm not sure they all played great up front defensively against the run, but I thought Justin Jones played well. Travis Gibson also graded out well. He had obviously the 2 sacks and did some other nice things too. So these were your guys at the top.
No arguments for anybody there, clearly, but maybe it's unfair too because he wasn't on the field enough. But I don't know. My rewatch say Khalil Herbert's not only is he like busting through and getting 9 yards a carry, but the dude on special teams.
Oh yeah, he's a beast.
He is the first guy down there all the
Yeah.
damn time, which is pretty. That's a great teammate right there.
I appreciate that.
No doubt about it.
Poison.
I thought Tevin Jenkins played well, you guys. For being in a rotation with Lucas Patrick, we were talking about the offensive line. Like, Tevin Jenkins is still showing that physicalness that you want to see out of him, and he's not obviously there every series. The first 2 he got a chance, and then they started rotating him in. But I thought it was a decent game from Tevin Jenkins. we also talked about Kahari Blasingame on the show yesterday.
Woof.
Every time he was in.
Well, Lawrence, let's just bring up the next tier then.
Oh, yeah.
Since Nick's just naming
sorry.
all the players on the next tier.
I just got. There we go.
We got Tevin Jenkins. We
Got
got
Kahari.
Kahari Blasingame on there. This is I teased earlier. 3 of the 5 offensive linemen ended up in the long-term starter tier. Braxton Jones, I thought played well. Cody Whitehair, other than that first snap of the first game against the 49ers, I think has been pretty good. Tevin Jenkins has been playing well. We went over the fullback stuff yesterday. Great tweet by you, Nick. 13 snaps. They were plus 110 in yardage with Kahari Blasingame on the field. Got to get more of that going. And then defensively, Jalen Johnson, you got to give him credit. They didn't throw the ball at him.
Second game
in a row.
Quarterbacks are not targeting Jalen. It's smart, right?
Part of that's because other guys are vulnerable, but you got to give credit for Jalen Johnson and then kicker Cairo Santos. Good to see. This was an underrated thing that we didn't really talk about. I don't even think his name's even come up. But considering he missed 2 extra points in week 1, good to see Santos connect on the extra point. Also hit a 44-yard field goal and had 2 touchbacks.
I don't have it in front of me, but Jenkins got less snaps than Patrick. Now, I get it. They're rotating, and that's the way it played out. But I'd like to see Tevin on the field more. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Same.
Yeah.
I thought Equanimous St. Brown actually had a good game, too. You know, obviously there wasn't much of a passing game, but you can also look at the run blocking he did, too. Like
He's been better than I thought he'd be.
Yeah, like there's crackbacks they need to be a part of. You see on that first drive, like Equanimous is in there, opening up some of the lanes there for his running back. So, you know, he obviously ended with the 2 receptions, 39 yards, 1 more catch than week 1. So Equanimous is showing you some decent things through the first 2 weeks.
Bears PR loves Equanimous St. Brown. They keep on putting him in front of us, and he clearly doesn't want to be there and or say anything. So, like, I think the Bears, like, you will do this, and we know you hate it, so we appreciate that you'll do it, and you'll hate it, and you're not going to say anything. So you're like the safest dude we could put up there. Like, I asked him, what did I ask him yesterday? Are you surprised that the offense has started out this slow? And he's like, surprised? What are you talking about? We won week 1. Your offense sucked week 1. What are you talking about? That is not an unfair question. No, I thought we would start. You know, I actually thought I don't know. It wasn't the best question of all time, but he's got a little edge to him up there, which I appreciate. But at any rate,
all right.
EQ is tough. It's a tough listen.
Let's look at the bottom tier of players.
Do we have to?
Unfortunately,
Yeah, we have to.
led by Justin Fields. He's on there. Roquan Smith.
Woof.
Cole.
Those are not the guys you want on the bottom tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, this is the problem. We can talk about how they don't have weapons and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Your quarterback can't end up on this tier. Your tight end cannot end up on this tier. You wonder why they lost. Like, you got 5 starters here.
Premium.
You don't. This tier should be like your rotational guys.
Mm-hmm.
Someone screws up on special teams. You should not have 5 stars. If you have 5 starters that end up in this tier, the way I grade this out every week, you lost the game. You lost the game. You can't have, and this is the problem. So
The Bears did in fact lose the game.
they did
By a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in Fields' case, in Roquan Smith's case, in Kyler Gordon's case, they were well into the bottom tier. Like, the type of low grades that I don't end up with usually.
Carman, 4th grade science.
Maybe.
A lot of Fs.
Oh, I mean, it was a bad parent teacher day that day when went through those.
4th
Your
grade
son
science.
got a
What are we doing?
44% on the science test.
What are we
What's the
doing?
third planet from the sun?
The moon.
Answer that
Oh
right
my
now.
God. Wait, hold on.
Hey,
What
I
are we
just
doing
wanted
in
to shout out
science?
my guy Grobber.
Fourth
You're up
grade
there,
science? What are we doing in 4th grade science? I don't
That's
remember.
planets, I think. That's why I asked him what the third planet from the sun is.
The one we're on.
That would be.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, my very entertaining mother just served us 9 pizzas.
I know all
But
three.
now you gotta take out.
You gotta take out the pizza,
I
but
know
that's
all
that.
3 of you went to Iowa, but my goodness.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Got a W last week at like 1 a.m.
More importantly, you covered, baby.
They let-
I didn't think they
27
would.
nothing.
There we go.
I bet him to not cover against.
They were letting
Nevada.
dogs in the stands. I enjoyed that.
I had to go to bed. That game lasted too long.
Oh, so did I. I didn't.
It was midnight. I'm like, they're still in a delay. I'm going to bed. And I woke up. It was 27-0. I'm like, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Iowa. The only thing you've ever done for me. Besides the Children's Hospital wave. That's dope, and I love that.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
How do we get here? How did I get to science class? What were we talking about?
Grades
bad
are
grades.
I
terrible.
don't know. You somehow got into Iowa not knowing what the third planet from the sun is.
That's a bad job right there. I love you, Mother Earth. I want to hang out as long as I possibly can here. Thanks so much.
All right. Well, they got to fix that. You can't have that many players struggle that badly.
Can we go back positive just a second?
Yeah.
How close was Eddie Jackson to making long-term? Because
He had a starting grade.
Okay.
He had a starting grade. He's off to a good start this season. Eddie Jackson through 2 games.
That was one of the players that Eberflus pointed out as having a good game.
And I thought, I'm like, are you serious? Are you just being nice? Are you trying to? But then I rewatched it. Eddie did some really good things out there.
Mm-hmm.
He really did.
Yep. I got him through 2 games. He is graded out combined as a long-term starter. Eddie Jackson is.
It helps having Jaquan Brisker there. He can play more of that
Yep.
free safety position, being his natural kind of field back there. So, yeah, he's been doing some good things. Going to Kyler Gordon real quick, you guys. Like,
good
out
one.
of those 5 that were there, I guess he would have the most. I mean, he's a rookie going against Aaron Rodgers, but there were times, man, where I don't know if he's got too much on his plate. He has to be the nickel and the outside guy.
It's a hard position.
And it's like, if he had one responsibility, would he be processing things a little quicker? Because we know he has the athleticism to break on in-breaking routes, because he did that a couple times in the game, but consistently throughout, the night, Sammy Watkins was looking like the first-round draft pick, looking like a star out there. Alan Lazard got the touchdown on him. Like, these Packers wide receivers that are not supposed to be the biggest threat, against Kyler Gordon, they were.
Tough position, right? Well, here comes the excuse train, but you're coming in, asked to do a ton. The Texans, who we're seeing this week, right? Their 3rd overall pick, Derek Stingley, he's getting burned all over the place. He picked up a couple of,
PIs, yep.
So this is it's a tough little jump into the NFL and play well at that spot. So I'm giving him but to your point, I'm watching every play. Just started writing down who looked basically awful on that play. First one, this is in the middle of the 2nd quarter when things were going awry. Roquan, Gordon, Brisker, Morrow. Armon Watts was terrible.
Yeah, he had a bad game.
He
After I
was
praised him in week 1.
he was bad. Al-Qadim Muhammad, bad. And the Borum, I wrote him down because that whiff where it was just he's lunging out there. It didn't look good. And I got Watson. And Mike Pennell was terrible. It's awful. Multiple times make it.
It's just weird, though, that, Blackson actually graded up better than he did week 1 because he was on that bottom tier in week 1. Justin Jones played well, and yet the run defense was bad.
Jaquan Brisker missed a ton of tackles, too.
Yeah.
He missed a ton of tackles.
A lot of guys were in position to make plays, and those missed tackles throughout the entirety of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, Gordon, I'm very interested to see how Gordon bounces back from this. I asked Eberflus about it yesterday. I liked his answer. Hey, I just got done talking to him. He didn't shy away from I'd have a conversation with him. This is a big moment for the rookie. And he doesn't have to be perfect this week.
Oh, no.
But you got to learn from, really, we've talked about this the last couple days, reading your keys, understanding the play action. I think what was discouraging to me was, he didn't seem to learn as the game was going on. He was biting early, and then he kept biting. And it was he kept getting pulled on every single fake. Every single fake.
A lot of the Bears defenders.
Yeah,
they are flowing with the play action. Oh, wait, we're going back the other way.
And Eddie Jackson did it too, which is partially why Eddie Jackson didn't end up in the long-term starter tier for this week, was because he got sucked in too far on that 4th quarter bomb that went downfield. He was the cover 2 safety on the back end.
Oh, that was terrible.
And you got to be there.
It was terrible. I do think we should underline the eliteness of you, Adam Hoge, in the press conference yesterday. Now, you two were sitting next to each other. I took a little picture of it. I thought it was so adorable. You were huddling up. I almost texted father-son because, it felt so. It was just, I loved it. But that doesn't work because you're not that big of a veteran. But Hoge, you asked, I would say, one of the top 3 questions of the presser as far as the response that you got. It was just Flus was with you. He was feeling the Hoge question. And then 5 seconds later, I look at you and you are in depth into breaking down Carmel football. like you're not, we're still in there. Flus is still talking. And this dude is just like straight, figuring out what the kicker could have done better, or whatever, what the gunner was not doing. I'm like, this guy's unbelievable on the multitask.
Yeah.
He fires a question at the Flus, got what he needed. Okay, I'm satisfied. Now the rest of you can ask your questions. I'm on to Carmel football.
Can we look at that the side photo though? Is that really that big of a problem? My sock shoe combo.
What do you got going there?
I got called for a loaf because I have an Adidas sock
and a Nike shoe. Is that what it was? I couldn't figure out what the loaf was.
That's what that's for. And I got to admit, guys, I do this every day because I don't care that much about the socks I'm wearing. I pretty much just go white sock every day. Shout out to the White Sox. Gonna break my heart this week. So today we got Under Armour socks on.
I don't like the logos on the socks. I'd prefer my socks to have no logos. But that's not your fault.
I was surprised I got called out for that. I didn't know that was a problem.
You just gave him a pass, Lawrence.
Nick's got a point here.
Yeah, so
he's raising his hand.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're going back to school, right? Learning about the planets and things
Fourth
like
grade.
that. But look, if you're like with the Jordan 1s, like you got to wear like Nike socks. Like if you're seen wearing Adidas with your ones, it's like that is a loaf. But I mean, I don't know. I didn't think it was that big of an issue, Adam. But there are certain shoes you got to match the brand with it. If you don't, you're gonna get called out. You're gonna get the loafs. But
these are just like my coaching shoes.
See, I really do want to be more like you. He's got the flair, man. Look, Moreano just comes correct. He's got look at the hair, just the he's got a something there.
I don't know. Braggs did say it earlier though. We need the mustache back if we're gonna save the season.
November, maybe, or
no
earlier.
I want it forever.
But see, Carm, the funny thing is these two things are related. If I'm at the point where I need the where something pops in my brain mid Bears press conference for Carmel trying to beat Nazareth Friday night, that's so urgent. I need to literally, because I don't even remember what the exact thing was because I had to go to a meeting after this and go to the kids and tell them everything they did wrong on Friday night. And something popped in my brain was like, oh, I forgot to circle that. That's what happened in the press conference.
Yeah, no, I did.
And if I'm the type of person where if I don't do it that second, that's why I forgot my glasses for the second day in a row. I thought about it. I was downstairs in my office, and I didn't go get them in that exact moment, and then I didn't bring them all the way downtown. So if I don't do it in that second, it's just it goes away. So
important life lessons. Do it in the moment. Don't wait. No procrastination. Right. Like it.
So if I'm in that big of a dire situation with the film I need to watch, do you think I have time to match my socks with my shoes?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I don't even own Nike socks. Should I own Nike socks?
No. But to Lawrence's point, you could be the dude that's like, I'm just not a brand name guy. I'm getting a nice solid color.
You got the Hoka shoes.
That's because I've got no cartilage.
Is that how you say that?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. I saw those in a window the other day. And I was
cartilage, right big toe, very little. I mean, I got to keep what I got left in there for my huge match tonight. I know I want everybody out there just thinking of me tonight. 9 o'clock. We got the nemesis. We got Kirschenbaum at 9 in the big Deer Creek Tennis League. This is
Kirschenbaum?
Yeah, the guy
Wow.
Sounds like he was playing in the U.S. Open last week.
Dr. Kirschenbaum. He comes out there.
Ping pong
guy does a great
that.
urology, and then he comes out there ready to play on a Tuesday night. I think that's what he does. Something along
Carm
those
playing
lines.
the urologist tonight? 9 o'clock?
I have lost in a
Streaming live.
tiebreaker 3 times to this dude.
Oh my God!
Like up 6-3, need one more point, lost 5 in a row.
We need
up
that.
9-6, lost. I mean, just painful
We
losses.
might need to have CHGO out there tonight to break
live
this thing
stream,
down.
man.
That's why I
Live
need-
stream.
That's why I need the Hokas to keep me fresh here. By the way, there are tickets available for that match. Go to the Game Time app.
You got a great deal.
But you should use Game Time. Download the app. The hottest new ticketing site, makes it easier than ever to get those best deals. Right now, I'm looking cheapest seat, throw in the fees, $137 to get into Soldier Field on Sunday after you come to our tailgate. Yes, and that's the cheapest. You can also, let's go 50-yard line. Let's get the best, and let's get it for a tremendous value. If you love CHGO, you are going to love Game Time. Best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link in the description. Go on out to Guaranteed Rate Field tonight. Let's check out the White Sox and the Guardians. Hoge is being an incredible wimp about this. I hope they just lose tonight so I don't have to deal with the stress on Wednesday and Thursday night. That is the worst thing you've ever said. You want your White Sox to win tonight.
No, what I said, yes, I want them to win tonight. I just want them to put me out of my misery tonight. Lawrence knows what I'm talking
That's
about.
what exactly. I want them to lose and put them out of the misery.
Because
no.
because what they're gonna do is win tonight, win tomorrow, and then someone's gonna commit an error in the 9th inning on Thursday that ruins the entire season.
Your heart.
And I will have spent 9 hours of my week wasting time on watching them just to get to that moment on Thursday. And all I'll feel is pain.
All right, you need.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, you need to toughen up. You want them to win, and you want.
I do want them to win.
You want to live on the edge, and you want to. Emotions are good. You want. If that happens, then you will feel the pain, and you will move forward. That's what will happen. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
All right, we got $6 to get in tonight for White Sox.
I mean, you
and
can get it for
Guardians.
$1. There's the 500 of you get in for
Right.
$1.
I'm just throwing everything in with the fees and whatnot. So it's $1 price, $6 with fees. $6.
If I still lived in the city, there'd be 100% chance I'd be at the game tonight.
Yeah, and if I wasn't taking on Kirschenbaum, I'd be going too.
Yeah, you got the big Kirschenbaum, man.
But I got to take out Kirschenbaum. All right, no better deals. Download that Game Time app, and yes, buying your tickets through the link in the description. That is a phenomenal way to support CHGO. Love you, Game Time.
Yeah, and another way to support CHGO, check out FOCO. Obviously, Chicago, you've already got the best coverage for your favorite team, so get fitted out in the best sports gear around. FOCO has you covered from Soldier Field to the front room, north or south side, with hoodies, slippers, signs, bobbleheads, and everything in between. Get decked out like DeMar with apparel from the leader in sports merch and collectibles, FOCO. Looking for the perfect gift for the football fan in your life? FOCO's got you covered with hoodies to fight that Lake Michigan breeze. Check out FOCO.com or click the link in the description below for all non-presale items. Use the promo code CHGO for 10% off.
All right. What's our situation, Lawrence, with Super Chats and questions today?
Hey, there's really, I'll say this, we currently are not running our comments.
Yeah,
They're broken in my machine. Now, you've seen some come up because I've been screen capping them, but I haven't really seen any amazing questions per se, and there's no Super Chats.
That's what I was
Thanks
asking.
a lot, everyone. You could please hit that like button and give us Super Chats. We would appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, if any pop up and we have the capability
if there's a Super Chat, I'll definitely I'll let you know.
I have some notes that I'd like to get to at some point.
Ooh,
right now.
Carm's notes on a Tuesday.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
Carm's notes? I don't have the graphic ready.
Well, you didn't know it was coming.
Oh, man.
I'm still thrown off by this blue notepad. I think that's why the Bears lost on Sunday.
Yeah, there's plenty of reasons that Carm gets the grade there with the notes.
I'll go back to yellow on Sunday for real. I'll do anything I can to help the ball club here, just to also help CHGO and have that thing match up. And by the way, see the penmanship on there looks great, and Corey Wooten called me out for bad penmanship. So today I slowed down and I tried to write neater. It's better, right? You can read that.
It literally says my penmanship.
Yes, I wanted to bring it up. I wanted to know. To your point, like if I don't do it now, if I don't write it down,
yes,
it's got to.
These thoughts go in and out of our brains so fast, people.
It's got to be there. One thing I wrote down here, as far as I've got we already hit the Hoge caramel and the Hoge socks, so that feels good. And I also put down just a reminder. Do you remember how many catches Darnell Mooney had last year? Anybody want to take a guess at that?
Wasn't it 80 something?
Yeah, 81 damn-ass catches for 1,055 yards. And I was going to like, let's see if he remained on the 2 catches, 4-yard pace through 2 games, how long would it take him to duplicate last year, which is
He has 68 yards. He's on pace for 68 yards, for the whole season.
right.
Not good.
So 68 times, okay, let's just do it like that. 68 to get to 1,055, that is, 14 seasons roughly? That ain't great. But here's what I wanted to ask you, because it came up yesterday at Hallis Hall, and we talked about it a little bit during the game. If they had gotten in, how about this? If the officials had gotten it right and had ruled that Justin Fields got the touchdown that he did on 4th down, and Flus was asked about this yesterday, do you think that they were going for 2? And I want you to explain what you were saying yesterday as to why I think if you were the head coach of the Bears or the head coach of Carmel or the head coach of anyone, you would go for 2 there. I'm curious what you would do too, Nick.
Got to. It's the new school thinking, man.
To me, it's
2 shots.
Because Flus started. He kind of chuckled when it was asked. Like it seemed like they were going to.
Okay, so you're down 14. This is what the situation is. You're down 14. You score the touchdown, so now you're down 8. And the question is...
8 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Most people would just be like, all right, kick the extra point. Now, let me start this by saying, I do not have a strong opinion either way. If you want to just kick the extra points and try to play for overtime, if that's your end goal, I'm okay with that. Now, I think the analytics people would say, always go for 2 and try to get the win. I think it depends on the game. I think it depends on the situation. I think like when you're LSU, Florida State a couple weeks ago, and you've gone 99 yards or whatever it is, and you've kept their defense on the field forever, I would just go for it right there in the moment because they're on their heels. That I'm willing to go situation. But if your end game is to go for 2 at the end of the game, so let's say then you kick the extra point on the first touchdown. Now you get the ball back. You go down and score again, and you're like, okay, we're going for 2. We're going for the win. We're at Lambeau. We're getting this win now. We have nothing to lose. That's wrong. You should go for 2 on the first touchdown, not the second one. And the reason is because if you don't get it on the first touchdown, you still have a chance to win the game by getting another possession and going for 2 again. Now, that would be for the tie at that point, but you're still in the game. The game is not over. If you wait until the second touchdown to go for 2, it's a do-or-die play. And if you don't get it, the game's over. You've lost. So, again, just to be clear, if you are going to go for 2, ultimately, at some point, to try to win the game, you should do it on the first touchdown, not the second one.
I think another way of putting it is if you do not want to go to overtime, if you think you have a 10% chance of winning in overtime, then you better get aggressive.
Yep.
Early
Do it on the first touchdown, not
Yeah.
the second one.
Or
you
you
can
can-
I was
you
going
have
to
some
say.
thoughts there.
I was just going to say that in my head, it's more about when you're down 15. This is when that's supposed to happen. I know you go for 2 on the first one, because then if you screw that up, you still are in the game and have a chance to go for 2 on the next one. But with 14, I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm a little too quick to say go for 2. I don't know. That is, you're trying to win the game in regulation. Sure, then go for it on the first one.
But you know how so many coaches then will do it on the last play of the game.
That's
Right.
it.
Where it's like, we're going for the win here. If we don't get it, we lose. Do it on the first touchdown. Because if you don't get it then, you're still down 8. It's still a one-possession game. You're still alive. If you wait till the second one and you don't get it, it's over. You've lost. So, but again, if you're just like, we're going to kick the extra points and go for overtime, that's fine. I think that depends on the game. And maybe some coaches don't have their mind made up until they get to that second
opportunity,
touchdown.
yeah.
So what you're also saying is that if you kick the extra point there,
Yeah.
then kick it again. And
That's
go to,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Either kick both extra points
Yeah.
or go for 2 on the first one. That's my philosophy on it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And I think if you wait till that second one and go for it there, now it's just a coin flip, right? You're
This is it.
you're not helping your chances overall to get the win.
Okay. Now I think we're caught up on that one. I enjoyed that conversation. One more is I think this was a Mark Potash note, or maybe it was, I think, Jason Leisure. Definitely out of the Sun Times. I think Jason had this one. Cole Kmet has run routes on 26 of his snaps. So he's been on the field.
A lot of blocking is what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not looking to give Cole a whole lot of breaks right now because I think the dude just has to be better. But I do wonder about if they are perhaps not maximizing how they can use him. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Fair enough.
I wonder if they're having those level of conversations. Also, I watched a little bit of Texans tape. We'll get into Texans later. Last Carman note of the day. Damian Pierce, the rookie running back, fourth-round pick out of Florida. Dude looks nice.
He's legit.
He is nice. So they're going to have to stop the run this week, and Lord knows we didn't do it last week.
Yeah, but he's on my fantasy team, so if you don't want to stop the run this week.
Good pick.
I have Darnell Mooney on mine. So
How's
that's
that
how
going?
that's going.
I have Cole Kmet.
Alcharuski.
Not good.
So that was a good fantasy note
Yeah.
on Cole Kmet. The fact that they've only run routes that many times when he's actually on the field. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and log in and cut him right now. Oh, my goodness. 0 fantasy points in 2 weeks.
You drafted Cole Kmet?
Yeah. Well, if you don't get Kelsey or Andrews, who was a keeper this year in our league, or
Kittle hasn't been
Kyle
doing
Pitts,
anything.
who's also not done much so far, or Kittle, who hasn't played, you're screwed, man.
Yeah.
And I was screwed, so I picked up Cole Kmet and Gesicki.
Okay.
By the way, should have played Gesicki this week.
Yep.
Clearly.
Whoops. You know?
Hey, Cole. You're going to bust out this week. This is your week. They are right now on this Tuesday when the Bears are not speaking to us. They are devising. Luke Getsy is figuring it out right now how to get your ass open. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to catch the ball. That's what's going to happen this week. And you're going to flex at Soldier Field, and the Bears are going to beat the Texans, and you're going to sleep well on Sunday night.
100% he'll have 2 touchdowns after I drop him.
Yeah.
100%.
On the bench.
Hey, one final note. The Pro Football Hall of Fame has announced their 129 nominees, initial nominees for this year's class. Included in there, Devin Hester again, who should have gotten in last year. We'll see if he can crack it this year. Lance Briggs, Charles Tillman, and Olin Kreutz also named on the initial candidate list today. None of those three have made it before. None of those 3, though, have made it to the second round of the selection process before, which I think is unfortunate. Like
Hester
needs to make it. I think the argument for Charles Tillman needs to be he literally has a technique
brought up
that
every
he
week,
invented
every Sunday.
and perfected. Like, it at least should get you more into the conversation. And if you look into some of the numbers, he's a little bit higher on like the cornerback world than people realize.
Kevin, I see your comment. We won't be going into any Devin Hester first ballot discussion.
We don't need to get any Hester.
Yeah, we're not doing that one today. That one I don't want to take that on. But you think Peanut belongs in the Hall of Fame?
I think that there's a stronger argument that he should get beyond the first.
I would agree with that.
Round. Mm-hmm. The first round.
Hall of Fame feels a little tall for Peanut. Just a little tall. I love Peanut.
If you're the best player at your position to ever play the game, should you be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Okay. So Devin Hester should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
If
we're going back to the argument. All I said is
hope everybody enjoyed today's show.
Yeah,
My
everybody
name's
see you
Adam
later.
Hoge. He's Mark Carman.
All I said was not first ballot. That's all I said. Devin belongs.
You're either in the Hall of Fame or you're not.
There is nuance. There is nuance, Adam Hoge, that occasionally I appreciate.
All right. Who are you playing again tonight?
Kirschenbaum.
Kirschenbaum. Good luck with that. Give us some updates.
Mm-hmm.
We need some tweets.
I will
Live tweets during the game.
I will send a video out right before match time.
Make sure you're following us, allchgo.com.
For real, I'm nervous.
Newsletter's out tomorrow, so if you're not subscribed, get on there. Get on the newsletter. It'll be out tomorrow, the Bears Things newsletter, in your inbox tomorrow morning at CHGO_Bears is our Twitter account. and information on the tailgate. Go. You don't even have to go to the game. You could come down,
Tailgate.
hang out with us before the game. There's plenty of establishments down there to watch the game in the South Loop.
fun
You have
time.
so many options.
You
There's
could-
and the weather's nice.
Burger Bar, Flo and Santos, go upper scale.
Oh,
and,
Flo at Santos, yes.
Yeah, right,
Indeed.
right. I mean, come on. There's you want to go. Giordano's is hanging
And
out.
it's right across from Aurelio's.
That too. Aurelio's is right there. Chicago Firehouse.
I just realized I'm hungry.
have an amazing steak if you want to go upscale. More importantly, though, like other tailgates, like you know, they might make it about like get to meet us. We honestly, you are the star of this tailgate. You are the stars. So
Just come hang
just
out.
know that.
I mean, yeah, we know it's not Carmen's $10 Mac jersey.
Yeah. It's now worth 10. It was worth 15. It's now worth 10.
I think that thing. If I put that on Craigslist right now, I bet I could get $25 for that thing. Let's go. I'm gonna make some
Prove
dough.
it. Prove it.
If nobody wants it, I'm gonna sell it on the Craigslist. Prove it. Prove it.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. Carmi V's back with us tomorrow, I believe.
Carmi V in studio. She's off on Thursday because she's covering, but we got her tomorrow, so sweet.
We got
All right.
stuck on the elevators in Lambeau.
You and
Carmi V?
Yep. They
should've
just
been
wouldn't
the-
work. They just wouldn't work, and we were going through floors. We're like, how the hell do we get back up to the press box? It was an adventure, but
Oh,
we
you
eventually-
ended up in the suite elevators.
Yeah.
There's three.
Yep.
Okay, there's 6 elevators. 3 on one side,
bad.
3 on the other. 3 don't go to the press box. 3 go to the suites.
we didn't know that.
You got to get in the press box elevators.
That was
Okay, I didn't
bad.
follow any of that other than the I'm stuck
was
on how
bad.
long were you in the elevator with Carmi V that you
I
were
was trying to
stuck?
get onto the field to do my stand-up video, and it was like a 25-minute process, just going up, down, left, right. I'm like,
Wait, they have elevators that go left and right?
I don't know. I was going left and right on the.
Is this
the-
Willy Wonka?
the floors there.
But how
Like
long
the,
were you actually
ride at MGM Studios? Tower of Terror, right?
Yeah.
Is
That
oh,
elevator like moves and does some crazy thing.
But how
I'm glad
long were
I'm
you,
not there.
how
And
long
then it
were you
drops.
stuck in the elevator? I'm sorry, we can't end the show until you tell me. Like,
It was like a 20-minute process for the entire thing, everything going on one floor, out. It was terrible.
that should have led the show, just so you know. You stuck in the elevator with Carmi V. That I can't believe we just got that 66 minutes in. That's horrible.
Yeah,
You didn't deserve that, Nick. Neither did Carmi V up at Lambeau. What type of hospitality is that for CHGO, Wisconsin?
It
Yeah.
happens.
I got to go work on the newsletter.
All right.
I'll
See
talk
ya.
to you guys later.
See you later.